that's really important for families, especially when either right away with a diagnosis, it's like the Peanuts commercial where the teacher is womp 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 womp. Parents are, they've gotten a diagnosis, and then everything else is just miscombobulated. And having a resource like PATF brings everything in and sort of gives a blueprint of this is what we can do. This is how we can help you. No pressure, giving those resources when it's needed. I can envision a lot of families that I've supported in the past and that we work with in the school districts. They might have little ones using AT now. And that little one is, like I said, growing up. So then we're going to talk about transition and what is needed there, and not just in the classroom, but what are they needed as being a part of the whole school district. And then thinking about outside of school, job placement, what do they want to do? Where do they want to live? Family members. And I had read the other day something very interesting about the percentage of people that actually aren't sure what to get.
Right.
And I think you would be such a blessing to people, because being in that world of the unknown is, so unstable.
It's unstable. It's frightening. So what we would push, having a conversation is really important, and we have conversations all the time. But one of the conversations to have is, what do you envision your child may need or want, or what do you want to do? So like for our son, he really loves sports. He wanted to be involved in sports more than anything. But how do you have that happen if he's a wheelchair user? So the question was, he getting him a headset so that he could talk to the players. And he called the games for Lower Merion basketball, and they think they're great, by the way, Lower Merion does. And because he was fully included, the people in the school knew him. And so it wasn't like he wasn't part of the community, but here he was really part of the community, because most students don't just go to school. Right. By the time they're in high school, they're involved in activities, and assistive technology can help make that happen. Now, at first, our IEP team didn't know how to do it. But once we started saying, well, this is what he'd like to do, he'd like to be involved in sports somehow, then we could problem solve. So I didn't have to have the answer. I just had to have almost a goal, like, how can we get him involved in school? So it's the same thing when you're talking about transition. There's some really cool AT devices that can help you transition. So you and I have talked about smart home devices. How can smart home devices help you in transition? Well, you don't have to have the answer. The question is, how can we use technology to help someone figure out what are they going to wear when they go out the door? Or how can you get reminders so you remember you're coming home today and you're going to have physical therapy? And those kind of things, smart home devices can make that happen. And they're fun, they're cool, everybody else is getting them. And by the way, we can help finance them. 0% interest, zero fees. Now, if it's over $2,500, and we're increasing that in the next month up to $60,000, and that's where you get the adapted vehicles and the roll-in showers and the ramps. That's a flat 3.75 out the useful life of the device with no fees again. So if you go to our website, patf.us, you can get this information. People don't have to remember it. We will tell people, we will send out information, but our website is patf.us. You will also find our phone number, which is 888-744-1938. And no, I'm not born in 1938, but that's how I remember it. Because it's a lot of information, but I think it's about relationships. So if you know one of us around assistive technology, we're the financing, we're the ones that will help you also figure out what might be helpful. But we have cousins. So we have Tech Owl as a cousin. We have our funding assistance coordinators and those agencies. So one of them are with the Achieve a Family Trust. And that's one way we know we can just slide in and get some of those grants for people. So I think it's partnerships, but it is about relationships, and it's really understanding that, disability is not what you expect. It can be hard some days. I've become a much better person because of Michael, much more understanding that every day brings a new day, and every day is different. And not every day is a fabulous day, but every day is a good day.